below average temperatures and chances of rain, we'll take that in our forecast. Right now across our area here, no rain in our area right now, but you do see a few showers on the radar over in areas east of us. So a few showers kind of come and go from Tyler on towards Gilmer. And I would say for our particular area today, we will probably see at least a couple of showers make their way closer. Better chances from Groesbeck to Fairfield and Palestine, but I do think we'll see at least one or two of those that migrate northward. And these summer patterns, sometimes you never know. Sometimes these little showers will come in and then one of them gives off a really nice outflow boundary that spreads things out. So I would say the expectation today, it's about a 20% chance, but it's always a possibility that things could get out of hand and go a little crazy and you could have a 50% coverage of rain. So it just kind of depends on how things go, but overall, not expecting much for today. Temperatures 95, 96 degrees for your high. Remember, the average temperature right now, and it's been there for a while, kind of when we hit that plateau in the dog days of summer, 97 degrees at DFW, 98 degrees at Waco. Will stay that way until the 16th or so, 16th, 17th, that's when we start to slowly decline. But we'll take 95, 96 degrees. Hey, that's on the cooler side of the average temperatures. Overnight tonight, mid to upper 70s for our lows. And for the allergens, we are in the medium range with chenopods and elm as your main allergens there. So not a whole lot to talk about in that regard. But the good news is, as far as air quality, we're not looking at any kind of air pollution watch or anything like that today. Maybe in the next couple of days as the winds drop a little bit, but we'll see what the National Weather Service does. We look at the regional radar and you can see more showers to our southeast and you can see some out in West Texas. So these are the two features that we're looking at. A smaller low here, not anything tropical necessarily, but this will be making its way northward and then this will be making its way slowly eastward, especially over the next couple of days. So we have this little trough here. And we have this little low, and so that's where the rain is right now. And again, as this low gets closer, I think we'll see more showers kind of migrate in from the east and southeast. And then as this low makes its way, which we'll switch over to the water vapor, it makes it a little easier to see these features. Put that into motion for you. So you can see that little low making its way northward, and then this, you can see plenty of moisture over Oklahoma right now, and we will see that over the next couple of days. Things will start there, but we could see a couple of those little complexes make their way towards us. So tomorrow morning, we'll probably see one of those make its way. I think it dies out. Models seem to agree with that it dies out as it gets closer. And then once it does, it kind of hangs around and we have energy left over, maybe an outflow boundary, something of that sort, to blow up storms tomorrow afternoon. That could repeat again for Wednesday. So we're kind of in a status right now where we kind of have to wait and see what we get out of these. I think for this will be our best chance of rain for today as this slides by and could send a few showers our way. And then we'll have to see what we get out of this trough. It's going to stay north of us, but it could send us a couple of chances of rain over the next few days. Now, as we get into Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I want to see what this does. See if that continues eastward or see if it just kind of stays stationary. And we'll see what that does in terms of giving us those rain chances. Right now, looking at mostly Wednesday and Thursday for those rain chances, declining for Friday and into the weekend. Now, we've got news to talk about in the tropics, and man, did things change today. This is Tropical Storm Erin, and you would be forgiven if you wondered, hey, what happened to tropical depression? Because we were looking at this as Invest 97L, and when I stepped away from the weather desk this morning to take care of kids, eat some breakfast, do human stuff, right? Do people things, I came back to announcements that there was a tropical storm. And I'm texting people going, did I miss something? What happened here? And actually, they skipped the tropical depression stage and went directly to Tropical Storm Erin. That's how quickly this thing has been intensifying. You remember yesterday, we went from a 60% chance to an 80% chance to a 90% chance of this thing developing, and overnight, this thing went into overdrive. And you can see how well organized it is. I mean, you can see that comma shape. You can see the way it's rotating, and even in the center, I mean, you can kind of see, I don't want to call that an eye, but I mean, you can see structure getting much more organized here with this storm. And as we look ahead to what is expected here, it will continue on and should be a Category 1 storm by Wednesday evening. Category 3 storm, that is major hurricane status. Category 3 and onward is considered a major hurricane, and so we should be there by 7 p.m. Saturday, by sometime Saturday evening, just north of the Leeward Islands. And you can see there's a couple of other little disturbances here. Obviously, not much expected from those. Erin is going to be the main course of, the main grabber of attention here. And as it continues, if you look at the models here, the prevailing models say that it will bank northward. Maybe a problem for some of the islands out in the Atlantic Basin here, but it doesn't at this point prove to be a huge problem for the United States. We'll see what this does, at least the continental United States, the lower 48 here. We'll see what it does, but right now the models seem to take it out to sea. So that's several days away. Obviously, Saturday, by the time it's getting closer to the Leeward Islands here. So we've got some time for this to evolve, and we'll see what eventually comes of this. But as of right now, not expected to do much here in north central Texas. So let's take a look at the forecast here. Here's that 20% chance of rain. Tuesday, Wednesday, I think we get better chances of rain there as we see this trough north of us continue to just kind of hang out over Oklahoma, send us maybe a couple of chances of rain. And Thursday and Friday, I think Thursday we may have a decent chance, may still have that trough hanging around. Friday, Saturday, though, I have just a 20% chance for Thursday and Friday. Saturday looks like we may be drying out by then, but we will have to wait and see. So really the next 3 days, we have the decent idea of what we're looking at. Days 4 and 5, a little less certain, kind of depends on what that trough does north of us. But by the weekend, I think we're drying out. But again, it depends on that. We could still be sitting on some rain by Saturday if this thing doesn't get a move on. By Sunday, though, I think the consensus is we'll probably be drying out. But I want you to look at the temperatures as well. 96, 95 brought temperatures down a degree for when we have more clouds and more rain in the area from that trough. So, hey, we're looking pretty good temperature-wise. And as I mentioned, well, by the time we get to the 16th, the 17th here, so by the time we get to the weekend, we will be nearing the end of what I consider to be the dog days of summer, what I consider to be, and what really is on average, the warmest time of year. Now, that doesn't mean we can't warm up above average by the time we get into the second half of August. We've seen it plenty of times. It just means that on average, our high temperature starts to drop just a little bit. And we'll continue to see that gradually decline as we get to September. September 1st, of course, is the beginning of meteorological fall. But I have to caution you, as I've been telling many people out and about, as you've seen me, people ask, well, what is the rest of the summer going to be like? And I caution them, remember, September is always warmer than we want it to be. People seem to think that September you just flip a switch and suddenly you're in the fall. It doesn't really work that way. It's a new month, it's not August, but it's still fairly warm. So this week, be thankful for what we get. We may get a few showers here, and I thought about bringing up the drought condition map, but there's nothing there. There's just nothing to show you. We are not in any kind of drought conditions, and I don't really expect that to change by the time we get to at least mid-August. That is wild. I mean, we'll get a new map on Thursday, but I don't expect there to be a lot of change there. There could be some abnormally dry conditions there, maybe, just depending on what they're seeing. But we're in a pretty good spot. We have been very fortunate this summer, so let's enjoy what we have. Decent chances of at least a few scattered showers and thunderstorms Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe Thursday. Friday, Saturday, we'll see what happens, but overall, looking pretty good. And I'm also not really looking at any severe weather being a probability there as well. So maybe just some garden variety showers and storms to keep our droughtless streak, pressed the wrong button there, keep our droughtless streak going. So stay tuned to South Metro Weather. We'll continue to keep you updated throughout the week on Tropical Storm Erin, which by midweek should be a hurricane, and then on the rain chances here as we get into, or prepare to go to at least, the second half of August.